You won 4 WNBA championships. You know basketball. You know basketball better than me. You know basketball than any of the pundits. You know basketball better than most of the men that play basketball. There is no way in hell you just accidentally left Caitlin Clark's name out of that soliloquy that you dropped about the Indiana Fever. Stop it. You know that. Stop it. And then y'all wonder what happened. See, remember when I was on the air on ESPN and I got into it with Monica McNutt?
It wasn't intended to happen like this. The WNBA was gaining momentum. Caitlin Clark received the attention. Then the commissioner stepped in. What transpired next surprised fans, divided the league, and drove Stephen A. Smith to his limit since, according to detractors, this was no longer leadership. This was control. When Caitlin Clark was benched, admonished, and discreetly pressured, Stephen A. Smith erupted. Stay till the conclusion because this narrative reveals what the league does not want discussed. Power exists behind every league decision. And in this situation, all fingers pointed to the same office. The WNBA Commissioner's fans recognized something was wrong. Caitlin Clark. Limited freedom, frequent inspection, and unexpected silence from the top. There's no public backing, no unequivocal defense, only hush warnings behind closed doors.
Accused me of that, right? No problem. Then we go on to acknowledge there are many others who didn't do enough of a job of promoting the WNBA. You know why we didn't do a better job of promoting the WNBA? Because the numbers, the eyeballs, the interest, the sizzle, the headlines were not there. No one cared. The public didn't care. And so now you have somebody that has the world caring, and you say to her, well, you know what? We want to make purely basketball decisions.
When the league's top player requires protection, silence makes a message. The benching was more than just a coaching choice. It was a statement. Caitlin Clark sat while the game required her, leaving many in shock. The venue seemed different. The excitement level plummeted, and people pose the obvious question. Why does it appear that the league is uncomfortable with its own superstar, Stephen? Smith also observed. He did not like what he saw. Caitlin Clark was warned about her attitude, image, and representation of the league, according to reports that circulated but were not validated on paper. Stephen A. Smith pointed it out right away.
He's been nothing but class and nice to me. I'm only addressing a point. How do you talk about the Indiana Fever and mention a multitude of players, and now one of them is Caitlin Clark, who, by the way, as a rookie, is leading the league in assists? How do you do that? How do you do that? I told y'all that. I've argued with the great Andrea Carter, outstanding analyst for ESPN, right here on this podcast. I've argued with Janae Ogumake, who's an outstanding basketball analyst. The two of them together, oh my God, that's an A team. No doubt about it. Nothing.
Why is the league fast to issue warrants but sluggish to defend? Why does passion suddenly become an issue when the player brings a rating? That's when Stephen A. stopped being courteous. Stephen A. Smith did not attack Caitlin Clark. He assaulted the system. He claimed the commissioner was playing a hazardous game. That instead of empowering the league's most valuable asset, she was controlling her. Instead of enjoying progress, she was terrified of it. Stephen A. made this plain. You do not pose a danger to the league star player. You do not notify the player who fills venues of business.
It is so unfortunate that the WNBA has dropped the ball in this major way. I already showed you Stephon Diggs and all the NFL players getting custom Caitlin Clark cleats. All the NBA players on the Pelicans rocking the shoes. I already showed you Caitlin Clark.
And you don't look surprised when fans push back. The backlash was immediate. Fans were no longer perplexed. They noticed a pattern. Hard fouls are ignored. Physical play is allowed. Caitlin absorbs it all. However, warnings appear as soon as she reacts. Stephen A. Smith spoke the calm section aloud. The commissioner seemed to be more comfortable manipulating Caitlin Clark than protecting her.
doing so much for women's basketball everywhere that deserve their praise. She was absolutely right in saying that. We don't disagree, but that's utopia. Reality is it didn't happen to this level until Caitlin Clark showed up. Call it the Great White Hope. Call it white being right. Call it whatever you want. See, I'm a person that I recognize that reality, but I don't resent it. I figure out ways to do it to my advantage. I ain't apologize for that, Wes. I ain't apologize for that, Griff. I ain't apologize for that, Galen. I ain't apologize for nothing. There are people in our industry.
And that's where the trust dissolved. Despite the lack of an official announcement or news conference, word traveled quickly. Stephen A. Smith clarified something significant. Caitlin Clark didn't quit basketball. This is what occurs when a player feels walled and innovation is punished and independence is deemed unsafe. Stephen A. told the commissioner, if you push too hard, stars will not fight back. They will disengage. And once that happens, you're already defeated. Instead of diffusing the crisis, the league tightened its grasp. And Stephen A. Smith admitted that was the mistake. She expressed her feelings on Aerial Powers and the new players, the Shea Petties, who joined. And it appeared that the overall mood and vibe were positive, as there was no, hostility, animosity, or anything like that. And, yeah, it appears that Caitlin Clark enjoyed the people, and as much as we dislike the higher-ups in Indiana's front office, it appears that Caitlin Clark has no problems with them. Do you understand what I mean? So I believe that's something we'll have to consider about this offseason. Give them. We simply need to let them do it. We simply have Caitlin, who seems fine with it. She seems to be well with everything. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see how things play out. We have to let things play out. And that's it. That's just that, if she's not tripping, I guess we can't. You can't grow a league by removing its most powerful voice. You cannot claim loyalty while providing none. And you certainly cannot threaten suspension when people are already doubting leadership. Stephen A. Smith did not just criticize. He confronted the commissioner publicly, strongly, and without apology. The narrative is not over, but the message is clear. Caitlin Clark is not the problem. The fear of losing control exists. Stephen A. Smith made one thing undeniable. If the WNBA Commissioner continues to treat stars as liabilities rather than leaders, the league will suffer the price. Not in the headlines, but in complete hush.